On this program, I've been telling you about 2026 since April of 2023. We are now just about 94 days away, something like that, from 2026, when Tesla's business is going to become epic. It's going to be unbelievable. During that 90 some days that we have left in this year, the stock is going to continue to go crazy. It's already going crazy. The numbers are already being described by many pundits as a pretty wild ride. But we've seen this story before back in the 2021 era. Well, it's going to be bigger this time, much bigger this time. So I have to admit, I didn't expect to see Tesla at 250, I mean at 451 this morning. I thought we would have a nice slow ride up until Thursday when the numbers would be announced. But apparently, folks are thinking the numbers are going to be pretty good because we're at 251 this morning. So let me just look at this week's catalyst, just this week's catalyst. Let's start with that. This week, FSD 14 will be rolled out, according to Elon. Now, that could change, but it's probably going to happen. FSD 14 is some people are going to get it. We're going to start seeing videos about that. Number two, we will get the shipment numbers on Tuesday. That's a cinch. Deployment numbers also will come out that day, which nobody's paying any attention to. There's not a single soul. I haven't seen an article. I haven't seen anybody mention energy. I read what? I don't know, 1,000 headlines a day. I think probably 1,000 headlines a day would be about right. Then we get maybe the Model Q. The Model Q could be announced on Wednesday. It could be announced tomorrow. It could be announced today, or maybe it won't be announced until later. And then we could have robotaxi announcements anytime this week. You have no idea what kind of robotaxi announcements could be coming out. All those things could happen this week. So at 451, I keep saying 251. At 451, we might just be getting started here. Again, my suggestion is that we will be at 700 to 1,000 by the end of the year, certainly by the end of January, because I believe that all these things. Okay, let's talk about October. October, we will have the earnings call later in the month. That will some potential catalysts. Robust expansion of robotaxi, absolutely guaranteed. A bunch of stuff is going to happen with robotaxi in the month of October. Whether that means the removal of the safety rider in Austin, I don't know. Does it mean 50 cars on the road in Austin? I don't know, but there will be expansion. There will be news all month long, and all of those are catalytic. FSD 14.1 will come out in October because that's supposed to come out 2 weeks after 14.0. Don't know what that'll mean, but that'll mean more videos. Model Q almost certainly will be announced, if not in the last week here, or the last 2 days of September. Certainly, we should see Model Q sometime in October. And then we might get the Delaware decision on Elon's comp package. That's very likely to happen in October. It might be November, but maybe October. Then we get into November. We will have more robotaxi expansion in November. You can count on that. More catalysts, more things happening, more people talking about it all month long. It'll be a catalytic thing happening all the month of November. I'm guessing that by November, we will see those safety riders out. We will see hundreds of cars on the road. I think October, November is going to be pretty exciting. FSD 14.2 should be out in November. And then these November 6th, we have the shareholders meeting. That's probably a big time catalytic thing, including probably an Optimus update of some kind. We've been promised a line of dancers, of robot dancers, for the November 6th shareholders meeting. Then in December, more robotaxi major expansions, and maybe, probably unsupervised driving somewhere in the country, maybe just Austin, maybe Texas. I don't know, but Elon said by the end of the year. Now, it may not happen, but all of those things are going to happen in the next 90 something days, with the exception of unsupervised. That we don't know for sure, but that's what's been promised. Where are we on the shipment estimates? Well, right now we've got the street still sitting at 443, but the whisper number is going to be more like 470, with Troy Teslike upping his numbers again today to 476. And he says he'll give us yet another number on tomorrow or Wednesday, based on the China numbers coming in tonight. And the betting number is still at 505,000, so we'll see what happens. Dan Ives says Tesla will be valued at $3 trillion and will own 80% of the upcoming autonomous vehicle industry. So $3 trillion, that would be about $1,000 a share. Of course, I believe that'll happen by the end of January. So maybe that it'll be over 3 trillion, actually about 3.3 trillion. So okay, Dan, I'm with you. I think it's going to happen. But Dan doesn't even talk as much about Optimus as I think he should. Barron's this morning. Tesla stock rose early Monday. Yeah, that's true. Looking to build on recent gains, heading into the company's second quarter delivery report due out on Thursday. The sales results should drive some additional volatility for Tesla stock, but that's nothing new for investors. Shares of the electric vehicle maker, now listen to this, we're up 0.7% in pre-market trading, but that was only 443. So we'll look, of course, in a minute at what's happening. While the S&P 500 and Dow Jones Industrial Averages were up 0.6 and 0.5, and actually Dow last time I looked, is actually down a little bit. Coming into Monday trading, Tesla stock was up 27% over the past month, leaving shares up 9% year to date. What's more, shares have moved more than 1% up or down for the past 12 trading sessions, including 4+% moves the past 3 days. The average move over the span was 3.4%. Shares rose 9 times and fell 3 times. Investors could use a breather. They probably won't get it. Tesla's quarterly delivery report typically drives some volatility in the stock. For the third quarter, Wall Street currently projects 447, as I just told you. They sold 463 cars in the third quarter of last year. Sales are expected to decline, but only slightly. Tesla sold about 721,000 cars in the first half of 2025, which was down 13% year over year. Predicting the direction of Tesla stock after the company reports its delivery is never easy. Tesla stock fell 6.1% after the company reported fourth quarter deliveries in January that were roughly in line. Shares rose 5.3% after reporting weaker than expected first quarter results in April. Shares rose 5% after reporting the inline second quarter results in July. It's easier to predict that shares will move significantly after numbers are released than to predict directionality or amount. Tesla has returned, believe that this is Tesla Roddy this morning, Tesla has returned 377,000 cubic meters of annual water rights to the local authorities in Berlin after they used less water at Giga Berlin than had been originally planned. The rights will now be returned to the Water Association, which could then reassign them to municipalities and other users. The move follows a revised water supply contract signed last June, which reduced Tesla's water allocation from the original 2020 agreement. Lower water consumption in a comment to RBB 24, WSE Chairman Thomas Krieger stated that the reallocation process will prioritize municipalities that have not received commitments since March of 2022. Now that Tesla has returned that water, we practically have the potential to make water commitments again. There was a proposal from the Associated Municipalities. I don't care about any of that. Gigafactory Berlin production. Tesla's decision comes after it reported water consumption in 2024 was only 456,000 cubic meters, or about 2.16 cubic meters per vehicle. That figure includes both industrial and sanitary water use, and it's significantly below the industry average of 3.5 cubic meters per vehicle. Tesla's contract stipulated a maximum of 1.8 million cubic meters of water, and they obviously beat that. Tesla's Grünheide plant opened in 2022 and is the only factory in Europe. Tesla's only factory in Europe employs 11,000 workers and produces about 5,000 Model Ys a week. All right, we've got, this is Randy Kirk, by the way. You know what to do. This is pending home sales. We got pending home sales today. So the home sales thing has been pretty wild, but pending home sales in August increased by 4% from the prior month and rose 3.8% year over year, according to the National Association of Realtors. The report provides, pending home sales rose month over month in the Midwest, South, and West and declined in the Northeast. Year over year sales increased in all regions. August Realtors Confidence Index survey shows that 19% of members expect an increase in buyer traffic over the next 3 months, up from 16% last month. Meanwhile, 9% expect an increase in seller traffic. Meanwhile, 19% expect an increase in seller traffic, down from, there must be something wrong there. Lower mortgage rates are enabling more home buyers to go under contract. In the Midwest, low mortgage rates combined with higher levels of affordability, attracting more buyers in the region. So as President Trump has pointed out over the last few days, mortgage rates are down, I think about 40 basis points since he came into office, and it is starting to help buyers make a decision to buy. It is still not great. We needed that number to come down more. And guess what? It is starting to. Wait till you hear what's happening with the bonds here in a minute. All right. Got inflation, according to Truflation overnight, at 2.01. We've got 1.88 year over year. And the PCE number keeps coming down. It's down to 2.42. Trump's 5-day average, according to Rasmussen, 50% of the folks like what he's doing. And the GDP number, of course, is 3.9%. According to the Atlanta Fed, we're growing at 3.9% is their estimate. All right, now we will turn our attention to Tesla, which is only at 250. Now it's come down from 251. The high for the day, 251.66. We're at 250.04. That's up 1.16%. The Dow is in fact down 0.63%. We've got NASDAQ up though 0.96%. And the S&P 500 is up 0.46%, which would be all-time highs in both cases. We got Apple down a little bit. The rest of the Mag 7 up nicely, including NVIDIA up 2.99%. Look at that. We have got the VIX is up 4%, but that's still at 16, so still strongly bullish. The Cathie Wood stocks are all up in very good shape, Everything's 2%. Block up 2.97. PayPal up 3%, RK up 2.17, all doing very, very well. So why do you think all that's true? Well, here we go. Here is the bond number for this morning. It is down 4.1 basis points, back down under my top number of 4.15. So in other words, my number of 4.15 was right. It was just wrong for about 4 days. We are now back under that number at 4.146. And in my opinion, we're going to the threes. Not in a day, not in a week, but we're going into the threes shortly. So in other words, buy bonds. I've been saying buy bonds, and I'm right. You should buy bonds. Okay. I mean, it's not investment advice. It is life experience advice. Do your own research, of course. But nicely, the 20-year is down 4.5 basis points, and the 30-year is almost 5 basis points down this morning. All of those are outstanding for the mortgage market and outstanding for business. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the rest of the numbers here. We've got the oils down $2 this morning because Kurdistan exports resumed, and OPEC is planning to an output hike starting on October 1st. We've got natural gas down 0.09% at $3.20. Gold, are you ready? Up 43. 3,851. So 4,000 is definitely in sight. I am calling a high at 4,000. I don't think we go. I think we're going to have a big sell-off after we might get to 4,000. And then after we get to 4,000, I think there's a sell-off. Silver also up 0.48%, 46.88, all-time high. Also, copper up 2.63% at $4.87. I'm guessing, just guessing, but that problem with that one mining operation may be worse than they expected in terms of deliveries. All right, the dollar is mixed this morning, and Bitcoin up 3,612 at almost 114,000. That's close enough to call it that. So, and Ethereum also up 3.62, just a little bit more than Bitcoin at 4,186. Okay, that's where all of those things are happening right now. We have got a regular day today. We've got Larry Goldberg coming in, I'm going to guess around 3:30, something like that. Brian White at 7 o'clock-ish. So that's what's happening later today. Yesterday, I did a whole bunch of videos. In fact, over the weekend, I did a whole bunch of videos talking about the overall economy. If you didn't see those yet, I'm going to continue. Well, I'm going to recommend them one more time. So I'm going to put three cards up, all three from yesterday. If you missed any one of those three, you need to go back and watch them because together they painted a picture of where the economy is based on fabulous articles, but also some analysis from me. But I think, right now I'm on a roll. The things I'm calling are coming true, don't you think? Let me know in the comments below if you think I've been pretty darn close to calling what's happening. Now we've got the all-time high that we still need to hit, but are you still doubting that we'll hit the all-time? Okay, I might be 3 months late, but we're going to the all-time high. I think we all agree on that now and beyond. A lot of people pointing to 600 right now. I think 600 is going to be easy. 700, of course, 750, 700, 750 by the end of the year is my minimum base case. All right. One more look at Tesla before we go. Tesla at it dropped a whole bunch. So it's been like this all morning. So it's been jumping all around. It is now at 444. So there you go. It's jumping around like crazy. That dropped $6 in that little bit of time. So yeah, so if you want to make money, it might be a day that you can make money doing the day thing. Day trading might be for those of you who like that kind of stuff now. All right, that's all I got for you. It's been great talking to you.